Good morning, everyone. We have an interesting morning today. You want to come out one more time? So here is, they just love making their own bed. Here's Ozzy. Hi, Ozzy. See, I'm not feeling so good. We're still trying to figure out if, and he's eating, so most likely he broke one of his legs. Right at the, by the paw there, the joint. So, not sure, but he's just laying around, which is good. This is usually, there's not much that anybody can do at a vet except for tying it up, this net. It doesn't look. I always check for, is there a jagged something, right? And didn't see anything. So I think the bones, I'm pretty sure the bones are all in place. And for 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be fine, huh? Yeah, I know, right? Huh? Yeah, you a little cold? Huh? Okay, so what about, you give him anything for pain? So if I do that, right, but you could, what do you think's going to happen? He feels better, starts moving around, this, that bone's just healing up now. But that happened about 2 or 3 days ago. And, right? So I give them something, then what? Right? It's much better that they know the pain and they stay calm, they lay down, they let it heal, right? Yes? Well, what happens to an animal out in the wild when that happens, right? Well, they become automatically weaker and could become food for someone else out there. Well, he's just, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, so and then we got this dude here. Look at this. Bloody pillowcase. Bloody head. I think you guys may see it or not. Part of his ear got chewed off. So he's a bloody mess. But it's fine. I used the yarrow. And just putting that on there, and, he didn't want me to touch it. There was blood everywhere here in the house when I let him in. Right? Yeah, they came in just happy, hunky-dory. Didn't notice until I'm going, what's that blood trail? Right? Yeah. So put that yarrow with, that I have, fresh yarrow, and, you can dry it too. Now put in some petroleum jelly or something. You put that on, man, it stops the bleeding just like that. So he's a bit out. Hey, traumatic experience. Jake goes, I'm good. Right. Then over at the barn. So let's get going here. Come on, guys. Who's all going? Oh, okay. Madison. Did she go out the other way? I didn't see. Oh, she won't be fine. Oh, well. She knows we're going. So, over at the barn, I have a limping donkey, which happens every so often. He goes lame. Oh, here's Maddie. So I'm not too concerned, but today he has to stay in again. Yesterday he went out. I left Bo in because Bo, too, had a hind leg that I was concerned about. So we let him out today, but not Sage. Sage will have to stay in again. They don't like it. They really don't like it. But you got to do that for their own safety, right? Yes? Yeah? Well, so that they have a resting time. Neither of them is limping as bad as they did, so we're good on that. I wonder, I also left, see, this is how I open up the chicken coop so that the piggies can go in, but not the horses. Nope. Okay. Well, not yet. But eventually they'll find their way in there. So it's much warmer for them in there than on the outside part, right? So they have an outside sty, and they have an inside sty. For wintertime. So, I'm just about ready here with everything taken care of. And so for winter time, except for the wood, took care of the water lines that have to be drained. Some of them do, right? Yeah. Okay. Piggies first. I started the piggies first. You'll have to just wait, you know? Huh? I have to do things so that there isn't a whole bunch of havoc going on out there. Right? We got enough everybody hurt right now. This is fall time. This happens in the fall time. And the reason is, we got to remember how many acres we got here. It's a lot. And they go out there at fall. All the animals that start to hibernate, we have a lot of wildlife here, okay? All kinds of, right? Yes. Okay, all right. We'll get going. So they're all... Hey! Piggy. Piggy. No, that's not yours. You already have it. Come on, girl. Come on. Please go on. Come on, you can lick out the bucket. Maddie, sorry. You get to lick out a lot of the house. So the other thing too, how am I having this on? Oh, I'm coming. Need to know how to button ones, huh? So the other thing, you two, would you stop? You're feeling obviously just fine. Well, they do, but so anyway, there's all this stuff out there right now. First of all, giving birth. So anything that comes close, And one thing Bo likes to do is go and dig in holes, okay, that he knows something's in it. So I have no doubt that something got a hold of his ear because they're aggressive right now out there. Right? It's not just hiding and being scared. They become moms and dads. They get aggressive, okay? Yes, right? Mm-hmm. All right, hang on, buddy. I know so. Anywho, so there you go. And it is possible, as I said, it looks like from the other scratches and stuff, I found an Aussie, the one that has a bum leg now, which will heal up. That's not I've seen enough animals here with broken limbs, okay, for one reason or another. And, you know, if it's not an open, or let's say it's something, jagged, that you can tell is kind of trying to poke through the skin, or also in a certain way that his, you couldn't show it because he's laying down. I'm not going to move him. His is, it's basically just like this, which means that, okay, it's not twisted around, it's not, right? So I can tell, okay, this is already set itself in a way. It just broke, well, here he is. Let's see your leg. That's a good, oh, you couldn't help yourself coming out, huh? Hey! He's not putting any weight on it. If he would have been bit, okay, I'm coming, guys. Sorry, guys, I gotta get going. If he would have been bit, again, by a snake, by a copperhead or something, which I didn't know, so he didn't get, I know, guys, hang on. So he didn't get the cold Gus. Also, listen. Hey, can you just leave the piggies alone? Also, I'll close this off. You're going on my nerves when you do that. Hang on, guys. Hang on. There, done, huh? have 2 horses. Oh, looks like he's fine. Let's see. Nah. Looks like he's good. He may have just had a little spasm too or something, but when he came back that night, he was limping and he was exhausted, I could tell. So I decided that his front hoof definitely still swelled up, so he may have gotten bigger too, I don't know. As right now here, it's like a walking around for either us or them. If you get into certain places, it's like a minefield, right? But it's not mines, it's snakes. So they could have gotten bit, not him. So we got all the stuff going on, right? Not sure, I can definitely see the injuries. Boat coming in. Well, he's got a maned deer now, right? Not the first time. Our dog's had literally in half, this, that, He has a little chunk, just about, I'd say, not even a 1/4 inch, but that sliced off about this long from his ear. So, well, there you go. We call them battle scars here. Well, don't you want to take them to the vet or have the vet? Why? It's all stuff that I can see. I can take care of this. This isn't. Also on how the animals are reacting. Okay, so Bo's laying around. He's probably hurting. He's not hungry. A little bit of shock. This, that. But when he came in, good morning, right? Because we let him out early in the morning. They go for their run. So didn't notice until then I thought, well, did this just happen while they walked in the door? So I went and looked. Sure enough, there's no blood out there. But here's one thing. He had it smeared all over his head and down the back, and that was already somewhat dried up. I'm going, well, if that just happened now, then that would not be already dried up. Yeah? So, anyway. But he must have lost quite a bit of blood on that ear. You know how head wounds are? It bleed a lot, but it's not necessarily a bad, whole terrible thing. Okay. So, there it is. So I just tried, right? I mean, when Bob came in yesterday, I'm going, oh my gosh, we're going to have a dead horse here anytime. You know what I mean? He's just in that kind of, that age. And so, but we'll see how he goes out today, right? Yes? The nice thing, when I leave one of them in, the other ones don't go too far, right? So, except for Usage, that didn't work. I think that's why he was so exhausted when he got home. But he was in yesterday. They didn't go anywhere much. Nah. Charlie just refuses to go anywhere without Bo. Isn't that cute? Yeah. And then, of course, Mavick's like, well, I'm not going anywhere by myself. All right, chicken. Interesting how this all works, right? Yes? But still, as the owner of all these animals, I have to make certain decisions. And one of them is, everybody that's here has got to still fit what? The budget. Yes. So, you stay. Hullabaloo. Huh? Right? Can't go up there and harass the babies. Can't do that. Huh? And again, it's always in the fall. It's always in the fall, at least that has been my experience, where they come home with injuries and stuff like that. No doubt, in the wild here, for them it's all fun. But for the animals out there, it's survival, right? And I gotta have enough to eat, this, that, so they don't want to be bothered by a bunch of barking dogs who are just having fun, right? Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, and I think we got a cat, a bigger cat, cruising around again. Not sure what it is, but it's big enough where cat's definitely big enough to cause injury. And like I said, both dogs, I mean, Ozzy is the shyest dog that I know. And he may be out there barking at something, but about 5 feet away, if not even more. So the way he came back again, it's, as I said, this isn't fun time for the wildlife out there right now. They're getting ready for winter time, and they're giving birth also, some of them, and they're just way more aggressive. If you guys noticed too, we were sitting on the porch. Suddenly now we got them little yellow jackets coming around, and they're just aggressive. They're aggressive. They're becoming aggressive. That's a last stand before winter, and anything that gets in their way, right, is a problem. So, anyway. So that's kind of fall time, partially, right? Also, when we go and move wood and stuff like that out, we have to be very careful not to come around across a ground's nest of wasps, bees, whatever. Oh, right now that would be a really bad problem. But we're really careful out there. We go out there properly dressed. It's not so. Right? Yes, still happens. But anywho, yes. What a dangerous life we live here, don't we? Huh? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm good. You shaking your dinky? Yeah, I'm good. I don't get to go out. Yeah, you don't get to. Maybe that's even a good thing. You don't get to go out, huh? Yeah, you already had to be stitched up too. Yes, but I think you learned from that. Yeah, okay, yes. Hmm? Okay. Oh, Burley, you too? You didn't want me to pet you the last couple of days, huh? If you want to have an attitude, that's fine. I don't even care. Hey, don't do that. It's all you, huh? It's all you. It's all you. Yes. Too cute for birds. Okay, so... there is, and to me it's very clear that there are people out there with certain agendas, and they don't care about what they're giving you up front, right, as the reason for what they believe in, or what, why this should be suddenly become a part of society, or be allowed, or this or that, okay? That's not it. Because if that were it, number one, they wouldn't use children and groom them, or groom even parents. Right? I mean, I honestly have to ask any parent out there, right, why would you do that to a child? To have gender surgeries on it as a parent yourself. That you groom your child. And that's what you did. Either that child went through a serious trauma, no one ever took care of, no one. I say again, one would like to go and see how did these children grow up, and why are the parents so willing to not wait, not say no, to wait until the child truly is old enough, which to me would be 21, at least, 25. At 25, you are a full-grown, everything's developed adult, okay? And then you can still, now you're making a choice. I'm going through all the, supposedly it's very painful, I can't imagine why anyone would do that to themselves. Want to. And the child, I mean, they fall down, they have a boo-boo on their knee, and it's just about God Almighty, What could I do? Huh? They're so... Huh? You done? No. Don't mess with him. Why would you mess with him? He'll pick you right up in his mouth. I bet you he could. Why would you do that? That's my question. Why would you do that to your child, to your own child? How have you been groomed by people whose agenda is nothing more than to, number one, right, have children to experiment on? Now, I heard, how is this no different than Dr. Mengele during the Nazi time? Tell me. Now, I've heard some things that if you're a Republican, okay, and you want to make America great again, you're a Nazi. Going, huh? Wow, really? I don't think they know anything about what happened during World War II and what the Nazis were. That's coming from the Democrats. That's coming from the politicians. That's not even little tiny groups like whatever, who are all the extremists. No, that's coming from our government. Out of the president's mouth. Right? And here are these doctors and nurses and people supporting them, which know that. Now just think the whole kit and caboodle that goes with that. Now that is exactly like Nazi times, where you take children and you experiment around on them. The thing, again, the amazing thing from that time, right, which isn't more than 80 years, let's say 80 years ago. 80 years ago, right? The parents were killed of these children. The parents were killed of these children to do what they wanted to do. Today, in today's world, they have the parents' consent. What have I said in other videos? The escalation that goes on. If you just, right? If you don't put a stop to, and you stay true to the principles of creation and the principles of love, you try to change anything there, and it escalates, and we have the historical experiences of that already in so many ways. Now, he wants to go out too. Now you got me conflicted. No, you stay in. I have to make that choice for him. Right? He wants to go out. He doesn't care. He's just standing there now, not hurting too bad. He goes and walks for miles and miles with the rest of these guys. He's going to come home. He might not come home. I have to make that decision even though he's ready to go out. He wants to go out. Right? And I have to say, no, you have to stay in. You were out yesterday. That was good. Right? Give him a day of rest. Okay. You ready? Watch out. Oh, no. No. There, good. Gus, come on. Woo. 2 pigs, Gus, and a horse. Yeah, that would not have ended up well. Now I gotta watch him for a moment. Go on, come on. So people out there, they watch all this, they're going, these parents are being groomed by society and specific groups of people to be willing to do this to their children. Okay. Well, but you don't understand. These children, they see them in pain. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, you're the parent. You explain to your child, said, you know what? This is what we're going to... What are you doing? No. was his deal. They all want to be, see, when I noticed too, when certain things happen. Oh, he's rolling now. Okay. Come on. Let's see how you walk. Maddie, watch out. Oh, there's not a lamp. There is nothing. Watch out now. Okay, let's... Oh my gosh, he's just... Oh, hey! He is nuts. Why are you so nuts? Oh. Oh. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on with him. Did you get locked in? Ah. Oh, Ozzy. No, you have to stay in. Sorry, buddy. Let me give you some hay. We'll have to take care of that foot of yours. That's just what it is. Here, I'll give you enough to munch on today. Huh? You won't be hungry. There. Okay. What? So they're saying that's not true. Right? That they're not groomed. As I said, you have a child that, first of all, you should find, okay, something happened in my child's life. Because no matter how you want to look at it, right, for a child to not feel okay in their body, a child that should be playing out there, this, nana, and how much of that are you hyping up as a parent? To want to be a part of what? Life-altering, physical-altering changes of your own child. So the number one thing you should do, see, okay, something happened in my child's life. I've got to see, okay. And then also, as I said, with all these different things, especially when it comes to the principles of love, most likely they are not in control of them. Something else is. And you should figure out what that something else is. I've made plenty of videos of that. So it's hard for me to see that as a parent, instead of, okay, why is that happening with my child? And kind of do a little bit of in-depth, right? Then talk to the child, right? I doubt very much. I would not believe a parent out there. No, I wouldn't. That would come to me and say, my child said it wants to be. Right? I don't, under the age of 10, I do not believe that. That child somehow was already groomed by someone. Come on. Oh, you came in willingly? Why? What did you do? Oh, what did you do? He is nuts. He's going nuts. Out here, Maverick is. Probably letting me know, don't you dare delete this video. And then, regardless, I mean, I have no, okay, so whatever, as I said, how can you do this to your own child? And don't give me the, oh, it's for the best of my child because I see it suffering. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a moment that is true. I don't know what the selfish agenda of parents like that is. Or maybe they've gotten money, right? It's like, hey, if you, right? I'm telling you what people will do out there for a few $1,000,000, I have no doubt that parents would accept some money and then start, they've been groomed, now we're going to groom the child. So that what? There is enough fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R, for the Dr.Mengeles that we have here in our own country. Right? Yes. To me, this is unbelievable. And we're the ones that, the group, that's all not true, and they're just against us. Really? We are? Look, first of all, again, there's children involved. Their own parents aren't advocates for them. I'll say, besides all the others, who would put their child through that kind of pain? And these multiple surgeries. For what? Okay. I wonder, in about 20 or 30 years, you'll see the ads of lawyers saying, if you have been pushed into these surgeries, we can go after them now and get you a lot of money. Right? Isn't that? That's usually what happens. Yeah, right. Okay. We've already had that with medicines. This and that happening plenty of times. What? This is any different? Anything. So, then, the other thing, where is this going to escalate to? Where a child is born? Okay, you have, with the ultrasound, you can find it. All right, you're going to have a girl, but we don't want a girl, right? Because it's going to go down to where people are only going to want one child, right? Because that's what they can afford, in a way, one child. Well, we want a boy. Others, well, we don't want a girl. We want a boy. We don't want a boy. We want a girl. And the doctor will say, okay, no problem. As soon as the child is born, we're going to start the surgery. Really? You don't think so? Now the child has no say anymore. It's all the parents. You see, when you look at the escalations of where this could go, and most likely will if it isn't stopped, isn't that the best point to make? Look where it's going to go. You're saying, but the child, and it's giving consent, and it's, so the parents, right? Well, what about with a baby? How are you going to get a baby's consent? But that's where it's going. Oh, you don't think so? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Again, only so and so many years ago, right? If somebody would have said to the world, we're going to have scantily dressed transvestites, right, in schools with little children, not high schoolers, with little children, reading stories to them about that, and we're going, no, that's never going to happen. Oh, it did. Not only that, but they had erotic dances too. That's like already the next step, right? And now you can go places where it's child friendly, and the children already can dress up in this night like that, yes? It's not just Halloween anymore. Okay, all right. Even though there are some of these transvestites out there warning parents, do not. Why aren't they listening to the experts out there? And the reasons why they say themselves don't know, not the children. Once they reach adulthood, but not as children. Are people listening to the ones actually in the kind of business, in on the way they live like that. And they're saying, no. There's a few actors. No, not children. You don't pull children into this. Okay. Well, okay. So who's saying, there are other people out there who are more studied or know more about and what's going on in that scene than the people who are in that scene themselves? I guess. Then again, what are we doing? Who's grooming whom? Yeah. Right? So there it is. You go back a few years. Okay. Well, this and this exists, but as far as it's, we'll accept that, but it's kind of going to be, it's okay, right? But it's escalating. All of these things are escalating, not towards good. This isn't good. And I just told you why it isn't good. Anywho, so then I wonder, right, if the government out there, let's say, if our own politicians, okay, the Democrat politician are out there and they're saying things like, if you're a Republican, right, and you're for making America great again, you're a Nazi, then I have to say, whoa, wait a minute. First of all, do they know what happened at that time to start with? And I almost have to say, wait a second. No. It sounds to me like you're the ones. You know how it started in Germany? If you really go in depth, the Jews were really wealthy. Most of them were. They were really good businessmen, this and that. And at that time, in the 1940s, things weren't so cool, not so good. When it came to all that. But the Jews were doing just fine, seemed like. Right? A lot of them. There were a lot of them in Germany. And so that's how it started. To start the unhappiness with the people, the general people, right? About, well, why aren't we doing better? And what are they doing here? And that's kind of how it started. And then, that's why so many Germans turned their head away when they started to round up the Jews. Hey, I'm going to have that business now. Hey, I'm going to... That's amazing, isn't it? Yes? Yeah. Well, how about with the rights system? I just saw another one where 100 young people, okay, they don't know how old they were. They couldn't really tell how old they really were. But supposedly it's all young people. Young people, well, that could be all the way up to 30, right? Well, some people look young when they're 40. Okay. So they didn't show any face, and nobody was arrested. Right? And then it was like, well, no, they were all between 18 and 18, I guess, or something. I'm going, whoa, okay, something's already not right there. 100 young people, teenagers, decide to go into a grocery store, more or less, and tear the place up. And I doubt it was for food. Just tore the place up. Now, who's the leader of that group? What do you think? Who's grooming those young people? I have no doubt it's happening on the internet. Now, Facebook and Google and Twitter and whatever, they can't catch that. They can catch someone like me, YouTube. They can catch someone like me talking, right? But they can't catch these underground somehow. I don't know how underground they are. For some reason, I have a feeling they're not very underground because they reached 100 young people to go do that. And I bet you these 100 young people didn't know. All of them didn't know each other. Why were they all there at the same time? Okay, alrighty then. Got that out of the way. Anywho, so I have to finish this up or I'll never get this finished. These these are just things I observe out there. So then you have to ask yourself, really, what are we being pushed into? Kind of in a way, just like the German people were pushed into. And even though that's still a completely different thing than it is here. Because here, it's actually all done by consent. Right? Not sure if, I think once the German people realized what was really going on, it was too late. The control was already there. Well, I don't think that the control is quite here yet. To just, well, shut everything down whenever they want to. Yes? Yeah. So, and to say, as I said, we got to remember, right? Look at all these different things. First, a couple of years ago, as soon as the Democrats got in, the one thing was, and who knows there too, I'm not saying, I've got my own ideas and opinions, or I see, I study, I see, I study again, I see some more, and then I'm going, oh, this looks as if the Democrats truly want to divide this country. I mean, this isn't just about just having one opinion or the other anymore. Absolutely not. And it's in almost in every area of our freedoms. It is going on. Just about. It looks like you're getting more, right? But I think that's a deception right there. Yeah. I really do. So we'll see what else happens. These are just, one could say, visionary Daniela saying, look, number one, my question is, why are you doing this to your own children? That's just in that one place. I could ask some more. Right? And then the other thing is, where is it going to escalate to next? And the amazing thing is that it's right out there, blatantly in front of us. And we can hardly do anything about it. And we can talk about it still, right? Yes? But how long is that going to last? We can still talk about it, but we can't hardly stop it anymore. Any of it. So I guess we'll have to just see where things are going to go. And that is that. In the meantime, keep the faith. Keep the faith. And, we'll have to just see. God's love and blessings always. And I will talk to y'all another time.